Hello, I'm Brandon, and I'm back to do a commentary on Stephen Buchanan from the Hansen versus Predator sting. So let's get into it.
Stephen Buchanan could have been one of the most dangerous predators to surface in our investigation in Fairfield, Connecticut. We knew from our research before he arrived at our sting house that he had access to guns. We took precautions, but as you're about to see, Buchanan was cagey.
Look at this guy's mouth. Like, he's walking up with, he's baring his teeth like a rabid dog, like tearing apart a cat or something. Like, look at that face. He's just... Urgh.
I'm sorry, don't come any further, please.
I feel so bad for a nervous Nellie here. Like, she hasn't been put through the ringer already with just having to deal with guys like Jeff Sokol and John Dupe, and now she has this this guy here, and it's like, he might have a gun on him. Go check to make sure he's not armed. It's like, thanks, cops. Send the young girl out there to disarm this violent military guy who's armed.
I freaked out about the whole gun thing after today.
I heard.
My cousin was in Newtown, and I'm just really scared. Can you just prove to me right now that you don't have a gun? Can you turn around?
And wouldn't he be first of all, if this was a real situation, which obviously it's not, what if the girl was that scared that the guy had a gun? Why would she even slightly be willing to have this interaction and invite him into the house? And wouldn't that go through his mind? If she come and is that scared that he has a gun, wouldn't he just think something's wrong? Wouldn't he think, why is she inviting me over if she's that scared? It just whole thing just seems like a setup.
It's not in your sweatshirt, you swear? Okay.
And he doesn't even answer, does he? He's just... Either the microphones didn't pick him up, but he doesn't even answer. He doesn't say, wouldn't a normal person be like, no, I don't have a gun on me. Look, here. No, I don't. I promise. He's just sitting there silently grinning while he turns around and holds up his shirt.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't want you to think I'm crazy.
No, I trust me, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess they can hear him.
Do you want to come in?
Do you want to go?
Can you just come in and we can chat for a little bit? I feel really weird about just piecing it out of here right now.
I can come right there and chat. I'm not coming in.
Yeah.
You know?
Sorry.
No, right here.
You don't want to come in?
So obviously he's a little bit spooked, or I guess he's just aware that crossing the line into the house is maybe he's taking a page from the Jesse Velez playbook, where it's coming into the house is such a big deal. So he just figures if he stays on the little stoop there that he can keep himself out of trouble.
Yeah.
So great to meet you.
Why?
And just another, I just finished doing the Gregory Stewart one where Casey had the hood up. It just seems like you come to meet someone and they're in their own home. I know people wear hoodies like that, but it just, I don't know, it just it seems like a disguise. It just seems like you go to meet someone and they're all huddled up under some sort of hoodie sweater that it doesn't seem right.
I've never done this before.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, makes me feel a little better. Do you want water or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell I'm nervous?
Oh, I'm nervous too.
You sure you don't want to come in? It's raining. I feel so bad.
It's alright.
What do you want to do?
I'll show you around Fairfield.
Just
Fairfield.
Or I'm not sure where they are. Isn't Fairfield where they are here? So he's offering to show her around the city she lives in. Am I mistaken? Maybe.
Westport. You got some food if you want.
like what?
I don't know. What do you like?
I don't know. I just ate not that long ago. I'm not that hungry.
You want to show you around?
I feel so weird about anything. I'm sure you don't want to come in.
Not yet. I think we should just...
And I can see why people are so scared of this guy, thinking he's a serial killer because of the stuff that we later find out that he has in his vehicle. And just the fact that he's trying to lure her away and he's so intent on it. I think even Lauren wanted to take the girl away, but he at least came in to chat for a little bit first, which seems like a more normal thing to do is to, like talk to someone first and not just try to stand in the doorway and lure them out. But it does kind of make you wonder what would have happened if she had have gone with him, because then she wouldn't be in the safety of her own home. All of a sudden she's completely at his mercy because they'd be alone together. He's the one driving, so he could go anywhere he damn well wanted, and he's probably going to drive somewhere private where there's no one around, and it's definitely, no matter what happened, it would not have ended well for her.
You know each other, and then you go from there,
It's so scary. Just be driving around,
It's up to you.
I don't think I can.
Like I said, I don't have nothing on me,
Yeah, I trust you.
How about this? I have an umbrella. No, I'm serious. I have an umbrella.
I was about to say, why would you need an umbrella if you're going to be in a car? But I guess he's about going for a walk.
I'll go for a walk.
But someone might see us though.
It's just a walk.
I mean, someone might be like watching us right now.
It's a walk. That's it. Up and down this lighted road.
But
that's
like
it.
walking in the rain at night.
There's quite the little standoff going here. I wonder if they could make an entire movie of just two people standing in a doorway with one trying to get the person to come inside and the other person trying to get the other one to come outside. Probably be a pretty boring movie, but it's just kind of interesting. This doesn't happen very long. I think in all of TCAP, this is the longest time spent trying to get a guy to come inside.
People don't do that.
I saw like 10 people walking already.
Really?
One guy was running. It's
Yeah,
not
of course he was running. He's trying to get out of the rain.
pouring out. It's like not even a drizzle. I'll show you the umbrella. It's a big ass
I
scalp
believe
umbrella.
you have an umbrella, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not doubting that you own an umbrella. That's quite likely. That's not the issue here.
They say, we get used to each other. If you don't like it, you go home and I'll leave.
Can you just stay here? I have food, we can just hang out, and like watch a movie.
What about going to the movies?
No, like I'm pretty sure some of my friends are going tonight, and if we ran into them, that would be
Not
the
Fairfield.
worst thing. Where?
Trumbull?
I don't think so.
Isn't that kind of an insult to the guy? I don't want my friends to see me going to a movie with a ugly, disgusting guy like you.
No, like I'm pretty sure some of my friends are going tonight, and if we ran into them, that would be
Not
the
Fairfield.
worst thing. Where?
Trumbull?
I don't think so. I'd rather just stay here. I want to hang out with you, but like I'm just so scared.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
This is crazy. I've never done anything like.
Like, from both of their angles, why would you go through this much effort to meet someone? Like, if you showed up to meet someone and then it got into this big, long argument like this, I would just be like, all right, you know what, like, I'm going to go home because this sucks. Obviously, I wouldn't be here under this situation, but if it was, any person of an appropriate age, and then they just, like, I don't know, it just, this just seems like it's more frustration than it's worth. Because, like, she's trying to lure him in to capture him, like it's a sting. But he seems to have a huge interest in getting her to leave, which means obviously he wants sex. That's probably the main thing he wants. Hopefully it's not to murder her, but it very well could be. So it's just they're so intent on luring the other one in or out that they don't realize that this is it's just very frustrating, because a normal interaction wouldn't be like this. Like, people would probably just give up.
I understand.
What do you want to do?
Have you ever been in a car before?
No.
What did he just say?
Crazy. I've never done anything like this.
I understand.
What do you want to do?
Have you ever been in a car before?
Oh, have you ever driven a car? I thought he said, have you ever been in a car before? Yes, I guess that's just his next ploy to get her to come out. Hey, if you come, I'll let you drive. That might be kind of fun. But it's like she just seems so unwilling to go. I don't think there's anything. Obviously, there's nothing due to the nature of this being a sting and she can't leave. There's nothing that would be able to lure her out. I think Chris is starting to get bored here. He's like, let's just, change tactics.
No.
What if I-62 exit parking lot?
Okay, I don't know where he's going with this, but it's so far not any better than anything else. It's like that's his like line to kind of like seduce women to come with him. Hey, come with me, I'll take you to an empty parking lot.
That's how you drive.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
I'm serious. Would you like that?
No, she would not like that. Like, what? Like, that just sounds so creepy.
I don't know.
You're
What if I
pretty-
crash your car though?
It's a parking lot. There's gonna be nothing there.
You don't know me. I'm pretty clumsy. It could happen.
You're gonna put your trust in me and come with me. I want to put my trust in my car. And yeah. Alright?
I don't know.
It's up to you. Like,
I really don't think I can leave. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. I like came all the way over.
okay.
Stephen, I'm going to need to talk to you for a minute. Please come in. Come on in.
I'm surprised he did too. Like it's kind of funny too. The girl's going through all this effort to get him to come in, and he won't. And then like some man comes out. It's like, Stephen, come in here for a minute, and he's like, okay, and just comes in without any sort of resistance. And it's not like Chris is really. I mean, he's kind of tall, but he's not, and he's dressed nice, but he's not a imposing figure, and he wasn't looking angry or intimidating or threatening or anything. I think it's one of those things they've done studies where it's like any person that looks like they're in any sort of authority, whether it's like a police officer, obviously, but even just like a scientist or a person in a suit, just anyone that looks like they have some authority, like most people would just do whatever they tell them. It's just like, come in. So even a guy like Stephen, who's a guy who's like in the military, like he's probably he can kind of stand up for himself, but he just doesn't even resist when some strange guy's like, come in. Just like, okay, and just comes in.
Why don't you take a seat right over there? Please take your hands out of your pockets.
Yeah, and Ron Knight shows himself right away, just in case, I guess Stephen could still have a gun on him, but even if he doesn't, he could be violent. So the bouncer guy here, Ron Knight, just shows himself right away, just so he knows, like, there's two guys here, at least two guys, so, don't fuck around.
Right, so what was on the agenda tonight?
I was just gonna take her out and show her around.
Take her out.
Another honestly, which probably means he's not telling the truth.
Show her around where?
Fairfield.
Fairfield.
That's it.
And what exactly were you going to show her?
The beach, sites to go to, places to not go to.
You were gonna take her to places not to go to? Like, isn't that kind of self-defeating? But yeah, I don't get it. Like, if she lives here, like, maybe she said in the chat log that she's visiting. I don't know, but like, what's the point of taking someone around the town that they live in? It just doesn't seem like that would be that interesting. I mean, it is sometimes like fun just to go drive around. Like I used to do that a lot with people, like not like dates, but even just like got nothing to do and hanging out with friends. It's like, just drive around and find something to do. It's it can be fun if you live in a pretty big place with interesting things to see. But it's just in this situation, he just wanted to drive her to somewhere isolated, whether it's a parking lot or just leave town and go to some wooded area where they can't be seen. Like, that was definitely what he was going to do.
Like Bridgeport, PT Barnum.
So you're the welcome wagon here in Fairfield. You're just going to do a favor for a 13-year-old girl.
Well, what happened was,
Okay.
when my cousin came,
Right.
she did the same thing
When your cousin came, she did the same thing. What do you mean?
with this.
When she
whole-
invited,
an older person.
an older
to show
person
her
came
around.
over and
Yeah.
showed your 13-year-old around town. And what happened in that case?
Oh, so he's going for the is it the Anthony Polito? Is that his name? Is he going for that excuse? And I think that was his cousin too, wasn't it? Where it's like, oh, like this happened to someone I know, someone in my family, not my immediate family, but my extended family. The same thing happened. So when I saw this girl doing that, I got worried, so I came over to try to lure her to an empty parking lot. Like, your story doesn't make sense, Stephen. You can tell by the way he's saying it, like, that he's kind of making it up as he goes.
With this.
When she invited,
an older person.
an older
to show
person
her
came
around.
over and
Yeah.
showed your 13-year-old around town. And what happened in that case?
She got assaulted.
She got assaulted.
So you heard that your 13-year-old cousin or your young cousin, however old she was, he said older person, I'm assuming it's a guy, picked her up, drove her out somewhere and assaulted her. So in your mind, you were going to do that exact same thing to some other girl, maybe without assaulting her, but you were going to take her out? Like, wouldn't it be the opposite? If you heard that thing happened, wouldn't what goes through your mind be, okay, I am never going to invite a young girl out because they might be worried that this is the kind of thing that would happen, so I'm going to make sure that they feel safe by not being an older person to lure them out. What kind of person hears about something like that and then does the exact same thing?
And I was in the Army. And I don't like people doing that. I didn't want to make...
So let me get this straight. You had a cousin who was 13 who moved to town here.
Stratford.
Stratford.
Yes.
Right down the road.
Yes.
And she was contacted by an adult.
Yes.
Who picked her up and sexually assaulted her.
Not sexually assaulted her, but was holding hands and stuff like that, and she got scared.
And she told you about this?
Yes.
And you decided, because you're former military and still in the National Guard, right?
Yes.
that you were going to come over and show this 13-year-old girl around so she'd be safe.
Yes.
Yeah, that is like that is so stupid. Like that's the last thing that should go to your mind, like that should go through your mind. Like if you hear the situation where some person, especially like a female family member, was tricked into a situation and then met some sort of harm, the last thing that should go through your mind was like, hey, that's a good setup to get some other girl to come with me. Like you should be so horrified by that situation that you'll never offer a woman a ride again. Like something like that, right? Like it's like it'd be like, oh, some girl at your work got a ride home from a coworker and got attacked. So you go and offer your female coworkers a ride home. Like that's the logic of it, is like this horrible thing happened, so I'm gonna do that. But I'm gonna do it in order to make them feel safe. But it's like that, like what I don't even get what he's trying to go for. Is he trying to say that like, oh, he's in the military, therefore he's a solid moral guy. So if they're gonna go be driven around town, it's better to be with him than with some other guy that could potentially attack them. Like that's probably what he's trying to get at. But we've seen in the show before, being in the military doesn't necessarily mean you're a good person. There's a bunch of military guys that got caught here. And I don't think a 13-year-old girl would really care what your occupation is. You're still some like older, creepy looking, scary guy. So there's no reason to like lure her anyway. And it's not like she was trying to get a ride home from work or anything like that where it was like a necessity. He was trying to take her away from her house where she was already safe. Like if you're concerned about her safety, she's in her house, doors are locked, security system is probably turned on. Like she's as safe as could be in the situation. You taking her out is not going to make it any better.
And you want me to buy that?
I'm telling you.
Taking her out, I meant.
True, sir.
Buchanan says he showed up because he had a 13-year-old girl cousin who was molested by a man she met online, and he didn't want the same thing to happen to our young decoy. But the logs of his chat tell a much different story.
And I bet you his story is a complete lie. There's a chance that it's true. I mean, those things happen, unfortunately, but it's probably a good chance that it's a complete lie. And with same with Anthony Polito, I think they use the example of like a cousin, because if they say like sister or someone in their immediate family, that's easier to check on, right? Someone could just check because it's just easier to track down your immediate family. If you say cousin, it's like they're a little bit harder to track down because they live in a different place, that kind of thing, and there's probably a lot more of them. And even if someone said like, oh, we tried to find your cousin, you could be like, well, it's like a second cousin, like because families are spread out. Like maybe that's what's going through their mind, so they use cousin instead of like sister. But then again, they could just say like female friend of the family or something. I don't think Stephen put a lot of thought into this story, so maybe there's no point in me analyzing it to death, but I'm going to anyway.
And so what is all this talk back and forth between you and a girl you think is 13? You know you're going to shower with me Thursday night. What night is this? I'm gonna pick you up and put you against the shower wall. Then I'm going to have you ride me, babe, as my hand grabs your ass and I blank your blanks.
Yeah, well, that pretty much sums it up right there. His whole story is out the window now. And you can tell by the way he's hanging his head. And is he what people would call a mouth breather? Like he's just always, his jaw's always slack like that, just hanging down, like duh. He just like walks around with that permanent mouth hanging open.
Did you send her any pictures of yourself?
I'm guessing from that head sag that the answer is yes.
Then you talk about actually having sex with her and Skyping it to an ex-boyfriend.
He lowers his head after every single statement. There's a chance it's from shame, or maybe some level of shame, but it's mostly from like, oh shit, I am caught.
Now that doesn't exactly back up your story about being the protector of Fairfield County, Connecticut, does it?
And that's, comparing this to like the Gregory Stewart one and some of the other guys, some of the guys go through, like, say, Vincent Ambrosio is a good example. Their defense is like, I'm sad and pathetic, have mercy on me, look how lowly and wimpy I am, basically. That's kind of one way to do it. Some of the other guys are like, no, I'm the heroic type. I came here to protect her. How dare you even, insinuate that I'm doing something bad? I am here to be the protector. So some guys at least, try to take that, I guess what they would consider the high route, but they're both equally pathetic because, what they intended to do was the exact same.
I'm listening.
No, sir.
But what am I to make of this?
There's a horrible lapse in judgment.
A horrible lapse in judgment. How old are you?
27.
27. And what do you do for a living?
I work for Cablevision.
Cablevision. And what do you do for Cablevision?
I'm a maintenance worker.
You're a maintenance worker. And what did you do in the National Guard?
I was a truck driver.
Truck driver. And you were in the military before that?
Yes.
Help me to understand what it was that really brought you here tonight. Explain it to me.
I haven't been the same since when I deployed to Iraq.
Iraq.
Oh, so now he's going for a pity story. I've never been in the military, and I know there's a lot of very solid, like really great military people. Like they're probably the vast majority. Like they mean well, they do well, they're good people. Like they're doing something that's important. Like they're probably among the better people out there in the world. So the fact that this guy's like using that as an excuse to have sex with a minor is like a slap in the face to everyone in the military, right? That he's like, I had to go fight in Iraq, so that's why I'm doing this. So yeah, so did thousands of other people. It's like, what? Like, and most of them didn't do that kind of thing. Like, I can't speak for anyone in that job, but PTSD is probably horrible. But even people that suffer from that are probably not like, I can see where he's coming from. He's got a point. They're probably like, fuck you, man. Like, that's like, how dare you take something that's a serious problem that people suffer from and then use it as an excuse to do one of the worst crimes ever. Like, that is, like, if you are a military guy, show that you're a man and just own up to it and be like, yeah, like, even said it was a lapse of judgment. And now he's like, as soon as Chris starts asking about the military, he's probably like, ding, ding, ding. Light bulb went off in my head. I can use my military service as some sort of excuse to justify why I'm doing this. Like, fuck you, Stephen.
It's tough stuff over there.
I haven't been the same.
Where were you in Iraq?
Mosul. Camp Merez.
You saw action.
Yes, sir.
How did that impact you?
Terribly.
Did you get help for it?
I tried, but with the VA situation, they just weren't helpful. And I thought I could just
write it out.
Roger.
Was it PTSD?
It was just, I don't know, I do have problems sleeping at night.
And that's probably true. And I know the VA Veterans Affairs, like it's I've heard people complain about them before, how they're not a well-organized, well-run organization. I've even heard here in Canada, this is a similar thing where like the vets complain about, it's a similar type thing. So this is like, it's probably a worldwide problem where soldiers kind of get the short end of the stick a lot of the time, and it's unfair. But the thing is, it still doesn't equate to what he's trying to do. It's like, yeah, he may have had trouble keeping a job. He may have had trouble in his relationships. He may have had trouble sleeping and all of that stuff. But even that, how does that relate to trying to have sex with an underage person? the only reason you would ever do that is if you had those thoughts, and he probably had those thoughts before he even entered the army in the first place, or definitely before he went to Iraq. So he could be saying like he had these thoughts, but he was able to keep a lid on it. He just keep it from boiling over, and then somehow like his experience in the military in Iraq damaged him enough that he could no longer keep control of his impulses. So he just went ahead and did that. But if that's the case, it's not the fault of being in Iraq. It's not the fault of the VA. It's your fault.
That's very common for returnees. I get that.
I have problems sleeping at night. I have problems, waking up when I do go to sleep.
And yeah, like things like that could lead to alcoholism, drug abuse, divorce, like that kind of stuff. Even suicide and things like that, which is horrible. Like it's surprisingly common, but it never really leads to this. Like I bet you if you look at any of the symptoms or read this, I can't say for sure because I haven't researched it that much. But if you just look at like the symptoms of PTSD, I almost positive this is not one of them. There's nothing there that it's like, oh, they're frequently known to try to sexually molest children. Like there's nothing like. There couldn't be, right? Like that'd just be ridiculous. So why is he trying to say this? He's just trying to get pity on himself.
And when I do sleep and I wake up in the middle of the night, I have problems going back to sleep. It's just, I try to talk to people about it, and they always just tell me suck it up.
While Buchanan said that he suffered PTSD because of his service in Iraq, somehow he was able to hold down a job at a local cable company and even be on a list for employment as a police officer in Connecticut.
Yeah, and that too. Like if he got out of the military, like he was still able to be in the National Guard. He was still able to have a full-time job. Presumably he owns his own house or apartment. He has a vehicle. He has his life together. I can see like if he's homeless, and there are veterans that are like homeless, like their life has deteriorated to the point they can't keep it together. Like that's tragic. It's horrible. But this guy seems to have it going on. Like I don't know if it's PTSD or maybe he just has kind of just some sort of anxiety that like millions of people have. Just like, yeah, life is tough somehow. Sometimes you can't sleep. You worry about finances. You worry about things going on in the world. It's like life is tough, but you just deal with it. Especially if you're a tough military guy, you should be able to deal with it. You should have learned the tools to deal with it even better than the average person. So for this guy to think that like, oh, I went through this, so then I did this horrible crime, like, then he's just being pathetic about it. Like it's but it's one of those things where he's banking on the fact that because people generally respect the military and they respect military veterans and they know that they've gone through hardships and most people have some sympathy for them and want to support them. So he's banking on that to somehow get them to brush aside and overlook the horrible thing he did. And I bet you even like the fellows that he served with, if or when they found out about this, would probably not be taking his side. They would probably want to distance themselves and be like, they would be disgusted with it. They're not going to be like, yeah, he's one of us and he's suffering so much. It's like I don't think anyone really. It's like why they do these TV shows. It's so common that this is despicable that everyone watches these to see these guys do it. It's not like it's something that could be justified like in any way.
Listen, I've never been to war, so I can't pass judgment on PTSD or any long-lasting effects. I can't. But I still have a difficult time connecting that to trying to sexually solicit a 13-year-old girl.
I was never like this.
But what about the PTSD?
And I could see like, okay, like your life is messed up and you go out and you cheat on your wife, like with an adult woman. It's like, yeah, that's bad. It's not criminal. It's still a bad thing. But even that, I could be like, okay, the PTSD led you down this path where you were, drinking too much and all this other stuff, and it led you to do this bad thing. But this is different. Like, you wouldn't, like, if you did that with an adult woman, it's because you're a heterosexual man who's attracted to women. The fact that he did this with a 13-year-old girl means he had something inside of him that's who he was attracted to. So it has nothing to do with his occupation or where he served in the military or what condition or disease he has. That's something inside of him that is completely unrelated to any of this. And the fact that what he's getting accused of, it's like, well, it doesn't matter about your background or anything. It's just you did this thing, and you would have done this regardless of what your job was.
I know people get depressed. I know people have drug and alcohol problems. You read about it all the time. You see it. But that doesn't mean it's okay for you to go try to solicit sex with a 13-year-old girl. You understand my logic
I
here?
understand. I completely understand.
Well, help me to make the link here.
I even remember hearing a story one time. I don't know where it was, but somehow like a homeless man came across like a guy that he was trying to like kidnap a young girl or something like that. He's like attacking this young girl, and the homeless guy came and like beat the guy up or whatever, and like saved the girl. And he was in the news or whatever. He's being recommended like for his bravery for saving this girl. So even a homeless guy, even just like a homeless drug addict, has enough sense to know that you don't prey on children, and he would actually put himself in harm's way to protect the children. Like even homeless people whose lives are like completely ruined, even they have enough of a moral code to do that. So this guy is like, oh, I got PTSD, so I tried to do this.
Ever something just goes off inside of my head where I'm fine 1 second, and then this next second I'm having different thoughts and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, and then those must be the thoughts he's having. It's thoughts of children. Because even if, like, and I know it's like, if your life's going bad, you're more likely to, stop going to the gym. You're more likely to eat unhealthily and drink too much. Like, I've been there. I've been through horrible times. But your mind never goes down a path of a perversion like this for thoughts that weren't already in your mind. Like, it's not like, oh, you're depressed, therefore you're all of a sudden into sex with animals or something like that. Unless you were already into that, like, you would just never go down that path because that's disgusting and weird and really not common. So, like whatever he's saying about, like, he's fine 1 minute and blah, 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 like, that's a completely separate issue because most people, their mind would never go down to doing this. Even if he went online and was like, man, I'm depressed and lonely, I'm gonna cheat on my wife, I'm gonna go find a girl or woman, like, any normal person would be looking through all the profiles. If they saw a 13-year-old on there, they would be like, what the hell are they doing on here? Keep scrolling. Like, that's what a normal person would do. They would look for an attractive woman who's an adult. So the fact that he like singled out this young girl, that means that like he just has a predilection for that.
Did you have these thoughts before you were in Iraq?
No, never.
And how many times have you done this?
Honestly,
So he's trying to say that like going to Iraq turned him into a pedophile? Like, what? That doesn't make sense.
honestly,
It's
my first
time.
honestly.
Why does he ask that? Honestly? It's like, no, please give me a lie first.
The problem with that, Stephen, is that you surfaced talking in a very similar way to a girl named Brittany, posing as a 13-year-old.
Who's Brittany?
Snapchat too.
Yes, I understand.
So
I said it's my,
you just lied to me.
No.
We have Bailey
no,
and we have Brittany. This is Bailey tonight.
This is my first time doing it on a chat site.
No, but I have you talking.
Yes, I understand. I'm saying all together, first time on a chat site like this.
So these two girls were the first time.
Right.
Yeah. My whole collection of girls I'm preying on, I consider that like one giant lump. So I don't break them down into individuals. Good Lord, Stephen.
And you decided to come visit Bailey tonight. Why? Did you bring condoms?
No, I did not.
But your intent seems pretty clear from this discussion you had.
Yes, but like then I told her afterwards, after I thought about it again, I told her we weren't gonna do nothing tonight.
You went from whisper to kick to your cell phone. That's a long time. A lot of effort.
Yes. But I did tell her that I had after.
And that's it too. Like I don't really use any of those apps. Like I use Facebook and Instagram, some of the main ones like that. But a lot of those chat ones, like I can't say for sure, but it just seems like if they're trying to act like they weren't really doing anything out of the ordinary and they just happened to come across this person, like on an app they were already on. But it seems like a lot of these, like they would have to go to these specific apps. It's like they're going out searching for people. So that's much more predatory than, they were just happened to be on Facebook and saw this person. This is like, no, they were going on these apps and searching through profiles, looking for a specific type of person that appealed to them. And then this is the person they chose. And for him, it happened to be 2 different 13-year-old girls. So that's obviously who he was out looking for.
Thinking I had no intentions, just showing her around.
Showing around. But that is not indicated.
And if you just had intentions of showing them around, why not do that with a girl who's over 18? It'd be a more interesting conversation, and you wouldn't find yourself being busted by Chris Hansen and going to prison.
In the text.
It should be.
Your intent is pretty clear.
Can I show you on
I don't want you to reach in your pocket.
Can you reach him?
What pocket is it? Go ahead, pull it on.
And
Go ahead, please have something.
I said, let's just hang out later. No hooking up whatsoever.
I know, but you know what?
That doesn't mean anything. Like, you may as well bring an alibi letter. It's like, you go in there to clear intentions of doing something, but then you write down somewhere that you don't intend to do that thing, just in case you get caught, that you have some sort of, excuse to say that you weren't going to do it. But yeah, that's like, no one's going to buy that. It's like the, John Franzen, the alibi letter.
What that sounds like to me, it sounds like somebody who's trying to create some kind of a plausible excuse after all the other graphic.
He's been through this before with John France, Stephen. Like, Chris isn't going to fall for it.
Conversations you had with her. And at the end of the day, you showed up. After circling the house,
I understand.
You circled the house, you pulled in the driveway, you pulled out, you wanted her to get in the car with you, not even having met. That's a little creepy, I gotta tell you, Steve.
I understand. And I did not bring any condoms with me.
Well, that doesn't mean anything, really, does it? What else did you bring?
Nothing.
Just yourself?
Yes.
While Buchanan told me he didn't bring condoms, police later found them in his car, along with a loaded handgun, duct tape, and a camera. Think about that.
You see?
Yeah, and I mean, I know there's a lot of people think that he was like some kind of, he intended to kill her, but if I had to guess, I would say that he did not have that intention, but it's still just alarming that he had that stuff and he was trying to lure her away. Like, I'm not making excuses for him, but I tend to be in the camp that doesn't think he's a serial killer.
See how this looks, right?
Yes, I know.
So what do you think should happen?
Bring me down to the police station.
Okay. Well, there's something else that you need to know.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot worse than the police station. You're going to have the police station and a nice little bonus about being exposed on national television.
I'm Chris Hansen, and this is an investigation called Hansen versus Predator.
Yes, I understand.
Is there anything else you want people to know about your situation tonight?
Don't do what I did.
Don't do what I did. And you're going to try to get some help?
Yes.
And I have your word on that.
I'll shake your hand. Everything.
All right, Stephen, you're free to go. And I hope you get the help.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, grab your phone. You can go out that door right there.
Police department, River Police. Hands behind your back. What else do you have in your pocket? Where's your car? Right up front? Up front. Kind of running. Maybe sit down and slide across the other seat.
We're going to talk. You're going to explain some things to me and get some information from you.
It looks like he's crying.
We'll go step by step, okay? Okay? Can you hear me?
Jason's already here.
I do have my permit on it.
You have your permit?
Yes.
Is a weapon in the car?
Yes. It's in the,
Hey guys, where is
it's
it?
in the trunk and it's in the
He's got his weapons are in the trunk.
Well,
Well, if you're going to get bonded out, I would imagine someone's going to have to come down and help with that process, right? So he's going me to be someone you need to call and help you. So you don't have to make a decision now, but just start thinking about it, okay? All right? I'm almost there. We're gonna get you. It's part of the deal, dude. We're gonna go out this door, we're gonna walk up this ramp. There's a detention area to the left. That's where we're gonna go, okay? All right, Stephen, try to keep it together.
You break not say anything of weapons offense or charges and may remain silent. Anything you say or statements you make may be used against you.
Steve, I'd like to talk to you some more. I'd like to do it upstairs. Just do me a favor and sign there. That basically is saying that you're waiving your rights and you're willing to speak to us about what happened tonight.
Don't waive your rights.
When you say you were talking about doing things that took it to a different sexual things.
Yes, sir.
So when you say sexual, just give me an idea of what some of those sexual things. What does that mean?
Oral sex.
Okay.
Penetration.
What kind of penetration?
Vaginal. And shower.
Like, why is he admitting to this? Like, is he kind of just giving up and he knows he did something wrong, so he's like, I'm just gonna confess and face the consequences? Or does he actually think that saying this is somehow going to help his situation? Or is he just like, faced with an authority figure, he just has to tell the truth and and can't lie? But it's like, well, you don't have to lie. You could just ask for a lawyer and just not say anything, which would probably be in your own best interest. But it seems like he's just flat out confessing.
Okay.
Kissing and all that stuff. Everything that comes with kissing.
And you indicated that you want to do these things with her.
Yes, sir.
In the event that you got to see and meet her.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I was refusing to come into the house, and that I had no problem talking to her with me being outside, her being inside.
Okay.
I had no problem with that.
Okay.
But I was refusing to come into the house.
You're nervous about going inside?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that just because it was a house that you didn't know you were worried about going?
Yes, sir.
Is it that simple? You were
Yes,
worried
sir.
about that? At the moment that you were taken into custody, you were very open and honest about letting us know that you had your gun in the car.
Yes, sir.
Why would you have brought that with you? Is that just
I always carry it? I always carry it after, the Marines being shot and everything with ISIS and, threats to military people and whatnot. So I always carry it. But I had it on me, on my waist. I think you guys probably found the holster for it. And so I decided to just keep it in the car, not go up there, because I thought... So
you originally did have it on your waist?
Was the gun in the holster?
No, I had taken it out, and I had it was loaded. It was, cocked and ready. And so I had taken the mag out, uncocked it, put the bullet back in the mag, and just put the mag back in.
Oh, so...
And so it wasn't charged or cocked, and I just put it into the bag.
And where'd you do that?
I was staying at the park, down the street.
Oh, right down the street?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
I guess that is... This is kind of alarming. I mean, I guess he didn't bring the gun into the house with him, but just the fact that shortly before meeting her, he was like in a park just like dealing with a loaded handgun, like it kind of sets off some alarm bells.
Is that when you had gotten out to walk up by the house? You did that?
In addition to the gun and the holster and the knife, there was also other things in the car that we found.
Like what?
Do you know what those things could be?
A condom box.
Yeah, we found condoms in the car. Yeah, that's part of what we found. Yeah.
I think a box with like 2 extra rounds because my clip only holds 9.
Okay.
Computer.
Okay. How about a camera?
Yes, I keep that in there.
If you were me sitting in this chair, knowing that you did eventually show up at this location in Fairfield that you talked about with this person, and you had talked about doing a variety of things with this person before meeting them.
Yes, sir.
And inside your car, in the same bag, we find the condoms, the gun, and a camera. And if you were sitting in my seat, if you were sitting in my seat, how would you? I mean, can you see how?
Yes. No. If I had put myself in your seat, I see how bad it looks for me, and I just imagine what you're thinking and about the type of person I am and everything like that. And
like Stephen, he just sounds like a very dumb, monotone, boring kind of guy. Like have a conversation with him and put you to sleep.
Whether or not, the stuff that I'm telling you is true or stuff that I'm telling you is false. I completely understand how it works and everything.
I mean, I know this isn't an easy situation for you, and we're not trying to make it harder. But at the end of the day, Stephen.
I know I excuse my language, but I fucked up.
Yeah, well, that's part of it, and acknowledging that is a big step. It's not easy.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it.
Easy to do. A lot of people will deny to the very end, but that's not going to help.
No, I admitted it right from the very beginning that I fucked up, and
Buchanan served 3 years of a suspended 8-year sentence. He had to register as a sex offender for 10 years. As far as we know, he has not reoffended.
Well, there you have it. That's Steve Buchanan. So yeah, let me know in the comments if there's any other predators you want me to cover, and I will get to them. All right, bye everyone.